Welcome to Zodiac Signs Deep Dives, Episode 4, Decans, the early, middle, and late degrees that give every sign 3 distinct flavors. We'll break down subrulers, lived examples, and how degree nuance shows up in voice, timing, and temperament. You'll hear why 2 people with the same sign can feel worlds apart, and how decans sharpen readings for creativity, career, and relationships. We'll also cover quick ways to find your decan, plus what to do when planets cluster across different decans of the same sign. By the end, you'll recognize your flavor and know how to cook with it. Think of a sign like a month-long season. The first 10 degrees are dawn, fresh, loud, learning fast. The middle 10 are midday, confident, steady, working at full temperature. The final 10 are twilight, more seasoned, more complex, often more paradoxical in the best way. You don't need to memorize a table to feel the difference. You've felt it in people all your life. If you know your exact sun, rising, or moon degree, great. Keep it nearby. If you don't, no problem. You can ballpark it. Early degree often means your birthday falls in roughly the first third of the sign's date range, middle in the second third, late in the final third. It's not perfect, but it's good enough to hear yourself in this conversation. And remember, every planet has a degree. Not just your sun. The story gets spookily accurate when you look at your rising's degree and your moon's degree too. Let's walk the wheel. Not as a list, but as people you might meet at a party. I'll weave in the traditional subrulers that color each decan, but I'll keep the language human. You'll hear archetypes, not homework. Aries first. Early Aries is pure ignition, flint on steel. It's ruled by Mars, and it knows how to move energy from thought to action in one breath. These are the people who say, "Give me 20 minutes," and somehow there's a draft, a call, a booking. Middle Aries picks up a sun flavor. Still brave, but warmer, prouder, more generous with attention. Spotlight isn't a drug. It's a tool to lead. Late Aries carries a Venus undertone. The warrior learns grace. Desire is still honest, but it's channeled into collaboration, beauty, deals that work for more than one person. Early Aries kicks doors. Middle Aries builds the room. Late Aries gets everyone to stay. Taurus. Early Taurus has that Venus signature, sensory, loyal, able to make the simple feel sacred. Bread, butter, a clean schedule. The kind of steadiness you can lean against. Middle Taurus picks up a Mercury tone, curious about methods, endlessly practical about systems. They'll find a better process for something you didn't know how to process. Late Taurus brings a Saturn base note, long game, boundaries, legacy. They'll say no to good so they can say yes to great in 3 years. Early Taurus is comfort. Middle Taurus is craft. Late Taurus is structure. Gemini. Early Gemini, ruled by Mercury, is the classic twin. Talking, connecting, tossing ideas like juggling clubs. It's discovery for the joy of it. Middle Gemini gets a Venus hue. Charm increases, aesthetics sharpen, words start building bridges and businesses. Late Gemini carries a Saturn undertone, still witty but more edited, more architected. When a late Gemini speaks, the idea often arrives with scaffolding and next steps. Early Gemini asks the right questions. Middle Gemini makes it attractive and social. Late Gemini makes it durable. Cancer. Early Cancer is moon pure, protective, memory rich, unspectacular in the best way. It holds. Middle Cancer adds Mars, courage around care, the parent who shows up at the school board, the friend who will move a couch at 11 p.m. Late Cancer brings Jupiter wisdom, big-hearted stewardship, faith that grows family and community beyond blood. Early Cancer makes a home. Middle Cancer defends it. Late Cancer invites the neighborhood and starts a scholarship. Leo. Early Leo is the sun at noon, even in the morning, radiant, playful, quick to give, and quick to forgive. Middle Leo layers in Jupiter. Magnanimous, teacher, king energy, joy as leadership style. Late Leo adds Mars steel, Still warm, but with edges, willing to take heat to protect the heart of a thing. Early Leo entertains. Middle Leo inspires, late Leo leads through fire. Virgo. Early Virgo is Mercury pure, hands in the work, brain in the details, making reality kinder by improving what's in front of them. Middle Virgo has a Saturn backbone, standards, ethics of craft. The quiet satisfaction of something well-made late Virgo adds Venus, the stylist, the editor with taste, the fixer who can also make it pretty. Early Virgo solves. Middle Virgo stabilizes, late Virgo refines. Libra. Early Libra is Venus pure, balancing, beautifying, translating. The room feels better when they arrive. Middle Libra brings Saturn. Boundaries are part of harmony. Contracts get crisper. Fairness becomes a practice, not a vibe. Late Libra adds Mercury. Diplomacy with speed. Language that lands. Decisions that hold because they're communicated cleanly. Early Libra harmonizes, middle Libra defines. Late Libra persuades. Scorpio. Early Scorpio is Mars in the deep. Brave with truth, non-negotiable about integrity, allergic to pretense. Middle Scorpio carries a sun ember, visibility through depth, leadership from the underworld, the therapist as lighthouse. Late Scorpio adds Venus, the alchemist of intimacy, money, art. They can hold power and tenderness at once. Early Scorpio excavates. Middle Scorpio illuminates. Late Scorpio bonds. Sagittarius. Early Sag is Jupiter pure, hopeful, candid, allergic to cages. Middle Sag adds Mars. Adventure becomes mission. They'll do the hard miles for what they believe. Late Sag brings Sun. Recognition through teaching, publishing, broadcasting. Early Sag expands. Middle Sag campaigns. Late Sag proclaims. Capricorn. Early Capricorn is Saturn pure. Responsibility as oxygen, time as a tool, results as love. Middle Capricorn adds Venus, designing the machine so humans can thrive inside it. Late Capricorn brings Mercury. Strategy and communication. The road to the summit gets a map and a memo. Early Capricorn builds the scaffold. Middle. Capricorn humanizes it. Late Capricorn scales it. Aquarius. Early Aquarius is Saturn again. Systems, principled limits. A taste for the future built in present tense. Middle Aquarius adds Mercury, diagrams, networks, humane tech. Late Aquarius brings Venus, community aesthetics, beautiful solutions, friendship as an art. Early Aquarius holds the frame. Middle Aquarius connects the nodes. Late Aquarius makes the future feel like home. Pisces. Early Pisces is Jupiter pure, faith, imagination, the connective tissue of meaning. Middle Pisces adds Moon, tenderness, care rituals, the musician's interior life. Late Pisces brings Mars, compassion with teeth, boundaries as love, activism that feels like prayer in motion. Early Pisces believes. Middle Pisces nurtures. Late Pisces protects what's sacred and says, enough. You can hear how the same sign changes flavor across the month. It's not better or worse. It's younger, riper, more seasoned. And that applies to more than your sun. An early degree rising sign has a different pay site than a late degree rising. An early degree moon might feel emotions quickly and move them quickly. A late degree moon might hold and metabolize more before it speaks. When you start reading degrees on the angles, ascendant, descendant, midheaven, I say, sudden clarity lands about why your public tone, your private room, and your partnership style feel the way they do. Let's ground this with a few you might be this if portraits. You might be an early degree Aries sun if you have childhood stories about starting clubs, races, debates, and you still feel better the second you take a first step. Your growth edge isn't bravery, it's cadence. Borrow a late degree Taurus friend's calendar habits, and you become unstoppable. You might be a late degree Taurus rising if you look like calm on the outside, but you run a quiet ROI calculation on almost everything. You're not slow, you're long range. You thrive when environments let you build a method and keep it. An early degree Gemini coworker can shake you out of over polish with a question that opens a new door without demolishing the house. You might be a middle degree Gemini moon if conversations heal you faster than solitary rumination. Your emotional metric is, did we talk about it? And your nervous system thanks you when you write the email. You're avoiding borrow a late degree Virgo ritual, 5 minutes of the same tidy, same tea, and you'll notice your conversations go deeper because your body trusts the container. You might be an early degree Cancer midheaven. If your public contribution actually is care, teaching, hospitality, medicine, food, or simply a leadership style where people feel safe to be human. The next season of your career might be borrowing the middle degree Leo's Jupiter generosity. Wider audience, braver light, louder kindness. You might be a late degree Scorpio Venus if intimacy is where you become an artist. Texture, honesty, loyalty, privacy. You make bonds that outlast trends. The skill to train is the middle degree Sagittarius openness. Telling the truth with a little more air around it so people can step closer without flinching. You might be a middle degree Capricorn sun if your life's thesis is responsibility you chose on purpose. You aren't trying to be impressive, you're trying to be useful at scale. The upgrade is borrowing a late degree Aquarius social lens. Find your people and let your systems breathe a little. This is ours, not just this is mine. You might be an early degree Pisces moon if your dreams arrive in day bright colors and your body tells you truth before your mind can. You're not fragile. You're finely tuned. The skill is late degree Aries boundary heat, a clean no delivered early so you don't have to rescue yourself later. A common question, what if I'm early in one sign, but most of my friends say I seem like the next sign? Yes. Cusps get blamed for things, degrees can explain. An early degree Leo can have Cancer warmth humming in the background. A late degree Virgo can look Libran in their taste and manners. You're not on the cusp in a technical sense. You're carrying either the previous sign's echo or the next sign's invitation. Degrees give you the vocabulary without erasing the sign itself. Let's use Decans to fix 3 everyday puzzles. Puzzle 1. Why do forecasts say spotlight, but I'm exhausted? Check your progressed moon and your Decans together. If your sun is in a middle degree Leo, loves visibility, but your moon is late degree Cancer, needs quiet, you'll shine best from a protected base. Agenda. Record, don't live stream. Ship, then nap. Both parts get fed. Puzzle 2. My partner and I are the same sign. Why do we fight like strangers? Degrees again. 2 Virgos, 1 early Mercury tinkerer, 1 middle Saturn standard bearer. The fix is not be less Virgo. It's setting version numbers so the tinkerer can move without scaring the standard bearer, and the standard bearer can protect quality without freezing the playground. Puzzle 3. Careers keep almost working. Look at your midheaven degree and the degree of your chart ruler. If both are late in their signs, you're a twilight specialist. You'll thrive in roles that require synthesis and re-architecture, not raw launching. Stop applying to jobs that live in the first 10 degrees of a sign symbolically, pure kickoff energy, and you'll stop getting almosts. Now, if you're itching for something actionable, here's a 3-evening Decan tune-up that doesn't require a PhD. Night 1. Write your sun, rising, and moon with their degrees, if you have them. Without degrees, mark them early, middle, or late using the simple thirds of the date range. For each, write 1 sentence that starts, when this part of me is fed, I keep it plain. When my late degree Taurus rising is fed, I trust time. When my early degree Sagittarius moon is fed, I stop doom scrolling and go outside. Night 2. Pick 1 planet other than the big 3 that matters to you. Venus, if love is the question. Mars, if energy is. Mercury, if work is. Note its Decan flavor, then change 1 environment cue that matches it. Early Mercury loves fresh starts. Clean your desktop and rename 1 messy folder. Middle Venus wants cadence. Same date night, or same solo art hour every week. Late Mars wants intelligent boundaries. Decide the start and stop of workouts or projects before you begin. Night 3. Watch one conversation through a Decan lens. If you're early degree cardinal energy, don't bulldoze the beginning. Say the first hard sentence and then give the room a minute. If you're middle degree fixed, watch for pride in the original plan. Ask, what has changed? If you're late degree mutable, don't swirl. Pick a landing spot before you stand up. The conversation will remember you for how you ended, not how you circled. Because people always ask, does timing with decans matter? Yes, and you already feel it. The very start of seasons has cardinal, let's go weather. The middle has fixed, prove it weather. The end has mutable, adapt it weather. Inside that, the early, middle, late of your own planets get louder when transits hit them directly. You don't need to chase dates. You can just notice the pattern and plan lightly around it. Record the week you keep wanting to start. Use it. Record the week. Endings want to arrive. Let them. A small caution that will save you hours. Don't let decans become a new way to criticize yourself. Early degree people aren't reckless, they're brave by design. Middle degree people aren't rigid, they honor craft. Late degree people aren't indecisive, they're wise enough to integrate. You don't need to fix your flavor. You need to feed it and invite the two you're not into your week on purpose. Before we close, a handful of tiny, almost silly cues that work absurdly well. If you're early degree, fire or air, put a kitchen timer on your desk. Race it once a day. Your life changes because you outrun your own hesitation. If you're middle degree earth or water, buy duplicates of the objects that always go missing. Friction vanishes and your nervous system thanks you. If you're late degree anything, schedule endings. Literally put wrap and review in your calendar. You'll stop adding flour to a cake that is already baked. If you're an early degree Leo or Libra, keep a kind brag doc. 1 sentence per day of something you did that warmed a room. Visibility becomes a practice instead of a verdict. If you're a late degree Scorpio or Capricorn, pick one thing each week to say no too early. Not because you're mean, because your yes is sacred. And if you're listening thinking, this is cool, but I don't know my degrees, that's okay. Start with the vibe that resonates and test a small change for a week. If life gets easier, you found your flavor. If this opened a door for you, keep going with Pillar 2. We'll keep building on this in compatibility and in the sign deep dives where your rising and moon get as much love as your sun. And when you want to make this tangible and fun, come play at mysticbolt.com. Pull a spread in Tarot Studio. Try the Rider-Waite Tarot app. Grab a quick 3-card reading. Tune your focus with chakra frequencies, or wind down with a simple breath timer and pranayama flow. Make your sky a habit, not a theory. In the comments, tell me your sun, moon, and rising degrees. If you have them, early, middle, or late is perfect. And one tiny change you're going to test this week because of it. Maybe it's a timer. Maybe it's a weekly ritual. Maybe it's scheduling endings. Whatever it is, make it friendly. Friendly sticks. Thank you for listening. Feed your flavor. Borrow the other two. And remember, early brings the spark, middle keeps the flame, late tells the story by its light. I'll meet you in the next deep dive.